Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter from France. So, in my last podcast called "I'm an Unknown Artist," and I am on TikTok. I mentioned the fact that I was going to do a video on the service I'm using to distribute my music. I thought it would be interesting for you to know. Uh, and maybe you know about it because you've been on YouTube and you know it's written under the videos. If you're looking for my music, you can see the service, my distributor, who is my distributor. So if you don't know, I'm going to tell you right now. And first of all, I have to say that I made the decision back in 2017. As I said, I made my first release in 2017. My first album was called Delirium Tremens, and basically, the release for me, came out of the blue, meaning that a week before, and I didn't know I was going to release an album officially. So one day I got up and I said, "Let's try it." So you say you want to do it, so enough is enough. You can't spend your time making music and no one is hearing it, so you're gonna do it the right way this time. That's why I said to myself back in 2017. So back in 2017, decided to I need to adjust my hat. So that's done. So as usual, I'm recording this podcast on video, and you will be able to find the video on my YouTube channel called Beatrice Marse. So if you're interested, just head down there, and you'll see me. Hello. So back in 2017, I was saying I decided to do it. Before I went for it, because I was basically, I kind of spent half a day looking at videos on YouTube, knowing because I knew already some of the services, but I wanted to know what they were doing, how happy people were about them. So I watched videos on where people were talking about TuneCore, DistroKid, and funny enough, I didn't see much of. There was some video on CD Baby, but not that much. So after looking at those service, I went straight into on the internet, googled all the services, tried to see what the prices were, and after quickly investigating the matter, it didn't take me long. Basically, less than a day, maybe an afternoon or morning, something like that, to tell you the amount of time I spent on it. So, as usual, I did the mathematics, compare the services, added all the services, and decided to go for CD Baby. So, the reason why I went for CD Baby, and I did not go for the other services. I do not release singles, only release albums. To me, writing, basically, I'm not making beats. I record all my music myself. I create, I'm playing all the instruments, all the gear. I'm putting my hands on it. It's me doing everything, perfectly or imperfectly. It's up to you to decide. But honestly, up to now, somehow I don't care. As simple as that. So I'm doing everything myself, so I'm the copyright owner. If you understand what I'm saying, so the split is between me and myself as a singer and songwriter or something like that. Basically, or lyricist or whatever, composer and releasist, something like that. So for me, it was obvious for me to go for CD Baby, because when I compare the prices, I realized that, of course, those services like DistroKid and TuneCore were cheap. Like, you have to pay 20 euros every year, but there are so many options that basically amount to the price you would pay on CD Baby. At the time, that was what it was. So I couldn't see the point. And the thing is, because I'm owning the right to my songs, I didn't want to actually have to release an album and then every year try to pay something to make sure that I actually get the money from the streaming platforms. To me, it was a no. I do it once and then afterwards, okay, they're taking a 15% fee, but then to me it's a peace of mind, because I don't have to keep a calendar to say, okay, every 10 years or every so often, or I have to check to make sure that everything is in order, so I can get the money from from the streaming platform, or whatever licensing thing there is, agreement there was, that was done on my name. Well, I don't have to worry about that. So that's the reason why I went for CD Baby. Having said that, I've mentioned it before on other videos, is that if you're releasing singles, if you like, depending on the genre of your music, it's true that you may be better off going into using DistroKid or TuneCore. It all depends. If you release a single every week or every month, or every 2 weeks, or it's true that it might be better for you to actually go for a service where you pay 20 euros a year. But for me, when I actually decided, I sat down, I said to myself, okay, you're gonna do it right this time, and like, and I was thinking, at one point when I was into on the website, I was thinking, am I going to do standard or pro, a standard release or a pro release? And I said to myself, well, if you do standard, it's just like you want to do it, but you don't want to do it somehow. This was the language I was saying to myself. So I said to myself, well, you either go all in or you don't do it at all. So I went straight into the pro release with whatever. So if my music was ever going to be played on radio or used in movies or whatever, then I've actually registered with a PRO, so the French PRO. So basically, between quotes, covered. That was the service I wanted. That's it. I already once, and it's done. And then until I actually don't breathe anymore. It's as simple as that. So it is not, depending on the option you're using on TuneCore or DistroKid, it may not be the case. So as I said, I would like to repeat myself, but as I said to you, if you choose so many options on those services, you might end up paying as much as you would pay on CD Baby. And then the cherry on the cake is that I knew CD Baby back from 2005, when I was like playing around and composing, making some music, and I was thinking, at the time I was thinking, should I release an album? And then I went into their site, and when I realized how much it would cost me, I wasn't too sure that I had an audience, so people were willing to actually buy my music. So I said to myself, I'm going to be out of pocket after on this experience. So actually, I decided not to go any further, and I wasn't confident enough to tell you the whole story. So back now in 2017, I was ready. I was almost gun-ho. I was like ready to go all through it. So this is the reason why I used CD Baby. And then because I knew they had some experience, they've been around for a long time, and and I said, if back in 2005 they were there, but now at the time it was 2017, more than 2 years I knew them. So and I know those other services were quite new. I know they had, to me, CD Baby had the experience. And to be honest with you, I don't quite understand the business model of DistroKid or TuneCore. To me, it feels like a bit like a mercenary type of service. And I was thinking, if they were going to be out of business, what would happen? And 20 euros a pop, betting on 20 euros a pop, knowing that there are many aspiring artists. It's just like, to me, it's a strange business model. So it feels to me a strange business model. So having said that, if I were to collab on a single with someone, would I release a single on those platforms, TuneCore or DistroKid? Maybe. I won't say I will not do it, but right now the way I'm actually working, to me is no point, because I'm only releasing album, and I know I will never, and you should never say never. I'm not planning to release only singles, so I couldn't see the point. So that's the reason why I'm using CD Baby. maybe you, as I said to you, if you do choose if you do choose a distributor, you need to take not only the monetary aspect of a thing, but you need you really need to think about what genre of music you're coming up with, how often you release things, and do you release singles or not, and and of that so many things. Well, there are a few things you actually need to think about before you actually choose a distributor. So by watching videos, a lot of videos on YouTube, I realized that some people do use several services depending on their various projects. So this is the reason I'm saying that maybe one day I will actually go on this platform. I don't know, but for the time being, it is not the case. I'm just pleased with what CD Baby is doing so far. Even though I haven't learned a lot of money to this date, I've learned $2.12 that I cannot actually cash in. So that's actually it's as I said before, it's better than nothing, so I'm just plain happy. And this is money coming from around the world, so I'm overjoyed with the whole process. So that's it. So, am I wrong? Am I right? I don't think there's such an answer as being wrong and right. As I said to you, if I should give you an advice, is that think about how you feel about your music, how many people are working with you, what type of music you're writing, and everything, and then make a decision. And please do add up the figures and see what the services are offering you, because as far as I can remember, 20 euros is the standard option every year. To pay 20 euros is a standard option to to do. It's 20 euros is the price to do a standard release on this platform. If you want a pro release, you will have to actually pay a little bit more. As I said to you, it's almost the price that CD Baby would actually let you pay for the thing. Of course, CD Baby is charging you 15%, but I rather being charged 50% of whatever I earn than having to remember that every year or every 10 years or whatever I need to renew the license, for the distributor. That's it. To me, it's done once ad vitam aeternam until my last breath, and I'm just fine with that. So that's the reason why which service I'm using, CD Baby. I'm not paid to do this podcast. It's just that I wanted to clarify the thing. So I know some of you know about it already because they've been listening to my music on YouTube, or they've been listening to my podcast or seeing my videos, and you knew maybe I've mentioned it before. So, but that's the whole thing. So if you are an artist, do decide. And yes, it means that if you're just a listener, it means that my music is copyrighted. So basically, if you go into any platform and you want to use my music, basically if you put it on your video, CDBB is going to claim is going to claim the royalties of, so you won't be paid for my music, as simple as that, basically, because it's copyrighted through a distributor. So that's it for me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the podcast if you enjoy this podcast, or go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time, or more accurately, you will see me next time if you do decide, or you hear from me next time if you do decide to either go to my YouTube channel or listen to my next podcast. Till then, thank you very much and take care of yourself. Bye.